Hey everyone, we just got this new bed in for my son and I am getting ready to assemble it. So the first thing you're going to do is assemble this longer pole and then attach these so we can start on the frame. So your next step is going to be putting on these little brackets here and screwing them in with the little screws and doing it on both sides. So next you're going to want to take the headboard piece and then attach the side rails on here. This material is nice and smooth, and then these are going to be longer bolts. You just attach them with an Allen wrench and do it for both sides. The next thing you want to do is stand up the headboard like this and then add the base that we added on, we connected earlier in the previous step on both sides. So your next step is going to be to open up these side rails and just extend them out and put the column here, and then take these two other middle rails and attach them using these kind of towers or columns all lining up, and then you'll screw them in through the top here. So now you're going to want to take the rail that you just assembled, screw it into the base at the headboard, and then do the side rails as well and just flip that to the side and screw those in. So your next is going to want to be adding these little brackets onto the back of the footrest. Now you're going to just take the longer rails here and connect them all the way across to the bottom of the bed. So next you're going to want to add the bar in the middle with the supports. I did have to loosen these just to make room for this one to sit inside of it, but once I did that, then I just tightened those back up, and then you'll screw it on either side. So your last step is going to be adding in the rails across. The little tip that I have is just take one and go through and kind of wiggle it in each side. That way it makes it nice and easy and smooth to put inside of it. The next thing I did is I just dropped the outlet plug through the hole at the top of the headboard, and now I'm going to screw it in with these little screws on the side and then cover it with the cover. So the next thing you're going to do is make the drawers underneath by just popping on these wheels here. So what you'll do is you'll push it through on this wire first and then press it down, and then these just snap on, and you'll do that 4 times. So the next thing you're going to do is take these and slide them onto the side here just by lining up the little notches on the bottom and then looping this around, and then you'll put a little cap on the outside of it so that it doesn't snag on anything, and you'll do that to both sides for all 4 of the drawers. And then we're going to put the fronts on, which also kind of act as kind of like little bumpers on the side. So your next step is going to want to take this front panel for the drawer and then screw it in on each side, and then you add this little bracket here and screw it in here, and then also put a screw in at the top. So you can just roll the drawers underneath, but what I like is that it actually has a locking function. So this screw right here sticks out a little bit, but it's going to connect right here, and you're just going to set it in there so that way they don't slide around and get in the way. So you're going to want to add this long piece on the end with these screws that just keeps it stabilized. So the next thing you want to do is just plug this USB into the cord that we ran through the headboard and then set up the lights. Then you'll connect where you plugged in that USB port, you'll connect the LED lights, and then there's Velcro that's really great. I love that it's Velcro back behind this headboard, and then slide it in through around the top and the sides. You're not going to do the bottom because your bedding is going to be there in your mattress, so it's just around the sides and the top. You do get a remote control, which is really cool. The kids are going to love this, and when it's all plugged in, you can control what light is on and different colors and combinations, what speed. You can set it from an alarm to different hours, and it's really nice, and you can lock it and also sync it to music. Here's what it looks like after it's been assembled before we get the bedding on here. I love these drawers. They are really nice and easy, and I love that they lock so that you're not worried about them kind of rolling out or the kids leaving them out. You can definitely push them up, and you know, the Roomba won't get stuck on here because it's a lower profile, so you can see how far. We have a robot vacuum that gets stuck all the time, so I love that, and our cats can't get underneath of here to get it all dirty. It's really going to be easy, and if I did need to clean, I would just pull these out and clean underneath. So it's very mom friendly from a cleaning perspective. Everything's wipeable, and the fabric is really nice. And here's what it looks like all assembled with the bedding. I like it with the teal here, but we're working on renovating his room, and I think this bed is so great for teens and young adults if you're looking for a bed. I love that it has the drawers underneath. We can store clothes, all kinds of stuff in, and it's just a really great quality. It looks so good with the black and white design, especially with the soccer stuff. We're going to be working on adding some green in here, and the cats also love it too. We love that it has the cord charger up here and the lights, and he can just turn it on with the remote control and then turn the lights on. You can see here's that red, and you can sync it with the app. Shout out to the company for sending this our way. This is a really great bed, especially if you need storage in the back and you also want a charger, but you don't need anything that's really going to take up too much floor space because this is a smaller bedroom, and this one fits perfectly. This is the full size, and I really love it.